kiss so serene. Your body sweat covers me whole. Can you, my love, picture this role? Dream if you can of a yard with blooming violets not far. Animals in curious stances, feeling the heat of our glances.
How can you leave me to stand alone in this cold, cold land? Maybe I asked too much. You both and with father, I'm told. Maybe you're like my fire. Never please, like no
Touch, if you will, my core. Feel it tremble to the floor. You tie butterflies inside tight. Don't make me chase. Doves have pride.
How can you leave me to stand alone in this cold, cold land? Maybe I asked too much. You both and with father, I'm told. Maybe you're like my fire. Never please, like no Can you leave me to stand alone in this cold, cold land? Maybe I asked too much. You both and with father, I'm told. Maybe you're like my fire. Never please, like no
It's finally our time. I'm gonna animate a sexy lizard man. Ooh. Oh no, the heater is right under my tablet. That's not good for the internal workings. Let me move that. Oh, but I'm cold though. But it... Ow! Oh, my foot. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the lurk, Furbex. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little tired. I think I'm getting sick because my throat doesn't feel much better. Sexy lizard man. Sexy lizard man. It's time for sexy lizard man. It's time to finally work on the game again. I'm time to work finally on some art again. I've been neglecting it a little bit, I feel like. I'm drying off, so we'll be spotty. Drying off? What do you mean? Are you wet? Are you wet? Are you wet in my jet? Oh, you showered. Okay. Did you wash behind your ears? So wet. Oh my god. What will Buddha think? What will Buddha say? What will Buddha say? It is off. Okay. One wet reference. So wet. Hi Phantom, welcome to the stream. How we doing? Buddha would be like, damn, his fat ass. Damn, look at that fat ass. Damn. I don't know how I'm gonna sleep tonight, I'm gonna be honest. How's life smelling today? Like burnt chicken. I burnt my chicken earlier. And I'm getting a cold, and I am cold. And I was cold when I went to bed yesterday. Eri! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Let me give you a shout out. Sorry, I will be glitching out for a little bit. I'm moving outside of the webcam's perimeter. I'm having a little bit of a spasm. I was Raven's Watch. I was mostly lurking while making dinner and eating dinner and trying to heat my ass up on this little electric heater here. And welcome everybody, welcome. For those who came along, my name is Marley Gremlin. I'm a Venus Flytrap alien VTuber with many models. I will add nowadays because you might see some other models if you pop into one of my other streams from time to time. But today we are working on some art. We are gonna do some animating for a game demo that I'm working on with Rev. Long hair, perfect for pulling. Yeah. I want darkness, but nightmares kicking my ass. I decide now I won't keep suffering and instead see what I can draw. After clearing my desk, so be right back. Okie dokie. I hope you get to draw some nice stuff. I'm gonna try and get some, at least, I hope, a sketched version of some of the animations that I want to do for this dude. And actually see where we left off with him as well. I'm not sure if I finished the... I think we finished the idle animation, right? We'll have to see. I'm not entirely sure. But it's getting cold here. It's below 0, I think, at the moment outside. My ass is cold. My feet are cold. I'm getting a cold. I was so cold when I went to bed yesterday. Like, I'm under... Let's see. I'm on top of an extra blanket because the mattress is cold. So, and I'm under 1, 2, 3, 4 blankets. Technically 5 because one is double-sided. Like, as in, it's like a double... It's like extra isolated blanket. My feet were still so fucking cold. It took me so long to get to sleep. I'm so scared what's gonna happen tonight. Give me the sub-zero weather. Take it, please. I can't deal with it. It's so cold. Your head hurts? What happened? What did you do? Also, Alex and Parsage, welcome to the stream as well. Welcome, welcome. My head feels a little woozy. So like, I might actually be getting sick. And my throat hurts. You're space heater of a man. Ugh. I want to be a space heater. I'm just cold. And it's not even like, oh, like, you can't even use me in the summer to cool off. Because, like, and then I'll be overheating. And I'm like, it's too hot. Turn it off. There's no winning with me. There's no winning. I'll be your space heater. Warm up my house for free, please. Friend called me their terrarium because she likes to lay on me. Oh, I just noticed that your chat's cutting off a little bit. I never noticed before. I'm so sorry. Your head hurts. Well, take a painkiller. Come on, take some paracetamol, take an ibuprofen. Go take care of yourself. You ever try tilting your head various angles when you have a headache? Yeah, and sometimes it helps, but only temporarily. The worst one is... The worst type of headache I've had was... I think I had at some point... I think it was some kind of cluster headache, because when I looked it up, it very much resembled a cluster headache. And... I think... somewhere this year, June, beginning of June, a lot of people in chat told me like, hey, because I was complaining about pressure in my head, headache, like sensitivity to light and movement, and like one of my eyes like really felt off, and I had like problem hearing out of one ear. And a lot of people were like, it sounds like you have a migraine. And it turned out I had maybe a migraine, but it was mostly because of like the healing of the wisdom teeth. My wisdom tooth on like the right caused my ear to like get filled up with like fluid a little bit, and was just sort of building up pressure there. But it went away on its own, so thankfully I did not have to get any other surgery for that. Just took one. Should kick in soon. Good, good. I hate it when I wake up with a headache. Because like you wake up tired with a headache. And you want to go back to bed because you have a headache. Because you're tired. But you can't go back to bed because you're having a headache. And with those, it sometimes gets better when I turn around and lay on the other side. But then after a while, it like comes back again. So I have to turn around again. I'm like, Don't know what's up with that though. Is it bad if you get headaches when you wake up? Technically, you're not supposed to, right? Might be a blood pressure thing actually. Should probably go ask someone that at some point. Oh, I'm cold. I'm tired. Meh. But I want to do art. Okay. Let me start up Fire Alpaca so we can start drawing. Oh. Whoa. Let me see, because I have to dig into some files. Saibon. Files. Enemies. Dex idle. Let me open that up and see if we were finished with it. I applied to a holiday art share this year, so I got a person I gotta do a little piece for. Oh, like a Secret Santa, but with art. Nice. Nice. Oh, I like those ideas. Oh, why is it so busy here? Oh my god. Stop. I haven't drawn in a while, so I plopped all kinds of shit in here to try it out, and I did not change it until now. My god. Look at that little guy. What are you doing down there? Damn. I forgot I made you. I guess you can stand in the corner here. Let's move. Oh yeah, I forgot I can't move. Okay. Open the chat. Open Fire Alpaca. Where's fire alpaca? Oh no, did I? Oh, I removed it. Kidding me. I am a dumbass. Let me actually see. I need it halfway. Oh, oh, and it's gone. Stop. Oh, and it's gone again. Where did it go? Oh my god, where are you? Where is he? Just hold on to the thing. Come on, move, OBS. Scroll! Scroll, bitch! Come on. Jesus Christ. My OBS is a mess. I don't want to talk about it. Look at the little guy go. Look at him go. Perfect. Let's see. Is everything in... Oh, and it's gone. I think everything should be visible. Just need to move. Should be visible. So, and I need to move the chat on the side so I can see you guys. Throw it back. Watching a little Marley before my night shift. Oh, good luck with that. Damn. Also, hi Lou, how you doing? Hi Twice, how you doing? Hello, hello. Let me show you guys what we have made previously. Let's see if it's... That's probably better as 6 FPS. Maybe I should add some frames here, cause... Let me quickly fix something. I saw something that I don't like. And also, he needs a bigger bulge, man. Come on.
Holy fuck, it's Mar fuck, look at her fuck.
Look at me. I'm right here. I'm quickly fixing some things before I show you what we made last time. It is done, this idle animation, so... Let's see. Okay, I have to open this, and then I have to open this in OBS. And I need to switch category in a bit. We know exactly, that's the one I'm looking for. Thank you, OBS. Can I just... Why did I never think of... Okay. Let's put it up here, you know? So you can see what we're doing. Ugh. Doing me both. Oh yeah, you're both doing evening shifts. Man, it must be tough. Let me switch to art. You're from the motherland, Germany, with fatherland. This handsome guy. This is Dexterton. This is gonna be the dude that you're gonna eventually fight. This is gonna be the end boss for the demo. He's quite the handsome man, I'd say. Because I made him that way on purpose. Marty, what do you think of Sinterklaas foot fetish? I hate it. I hate it with a passion. But, and I hate the fact that it's not wrong. Like, what the fuck? Ugh. I still... Fight or peg him. Yes. Yes. Screw feet. Hooves is where it's at. Hooves and claws.
He looks like a fucking twink.
A little bit. I made him a little bit heavier in the hip section. He's a little heavier than anticipated. In the hip section. Let's see. So this is the idle animation. I'm gonna move this. I have to turn this off. And I'm gonna copy this and new. Fuck, what were the measurements on this? Okay. New. I need to switch this around. Open. Thank you. Okay. Twink boss fight. I mean, he is gonna cheap out a little bit and he's not gonna fight you himself. He's gonna use tools because of course he does. It's like, ew. I'm not gonna dirty my hands on some dirty... how would I say this? How do I say this in English? I'm not... maybe I shouldn't because that's gonna... It might be a spoiler. My pathetic parody of a curry is on the stove cooking. Do a double backflip, screw into a mag. So there's a few things I want him to do. There's a few things I want an animation of. Which is him laughing like an evil haha, I'm the end boss and I don't think you're gonna like win from me laugh. I want an animation of him turning around and has his back to us, so I can plop him in front of the console that we made, that he's gonna like use to like drop bombs at the player and stuff. And then in that same position, in like the turned around position, I need a few animations where he's like pushing buttons and like pulling levers or levers. I don't know how do you say it in English? Levers or levers? One of them is fist fuck you. No, that's gonna be the animation at the end after the boss fight. Or if you lose. There is a reason why he's a little bit... he's got a little dump in the trunk. Consensual. He just acts like if when there's a moment between these two, he says he doesn't want to, but he very much wants to. And don't worry, once I've animated that, if I animate that, I'm not sure, it will not be animated for the demo probably. If for the demo... Oh, there's a hair in my mouth. Yeah. For the demo, it's probably gonna be in comic form. Because I'm just not yet there with animation where I want to be. I do want to give it a try. But I think I need to work on my animation still a little bit. So comic form probably it is. But I will make sure that you can see that he very much wants to and he very much enjoys. But also, he does not want to show it because... I'm strong twink lizard man. I cannot show that I want the sex. Consensual, non-consensual? Not even that. It's just I'm too proud to show. That's basically gonna be his attitude. His attitude is gonna be, I'm too proud to show. But once things are going, he will very much not be able to hold that mask up. That's one of the things. Oh no, I should not do that because that's not in the previous animation like that as well. I'm gonna try and make sure, like, me personally, I'm okay with consensual, non-consensual for like when it comes to like reading it in stories and stuff. Personally, I'm not into it for like myself, but like for characters, a lot of you already know, but I'll say it again for like people who might see this in either in the future or might be lurking and don't know. I am into it up until like the character might say no, but we get like an inner dialogue of them letting us the readers / watchers very much know that they're very much into it, and they kind of actually want it. They just don't want to show it. But I do want to be careful for the demo, because consensual, non-consensual is quite like a gray area. It's a dark gray area where a lot of people are gonna be like, ooh, that's like that's like a step too far. And I do, even though it is gonna be not safe for work focused, I do want it to be as open as possible. You know, do we know what I'm trying to get at? My brain's not entirely working, but like, I want it to be accessible for a large majority of people, and I can see and I can understand that consensual, non-consensual can be quite the step too far for people that are either not into it or like not sure about it, people that might have sexual trauma that do still want to enjoy a not safe for work thing, a not safe for work art piece, so to say, but where consensual, non-consensual can like trigger something. So like, I just wanna like, it's weird because I'm very much of the, I draw what I like and I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. But I'm also like, I do want to make sure that people are comfortable. Like if somebody were to come to my Blue Sky, for example, and says, my god, you're such a pathetic little piece of shit for drawing tentacles, I'll be like, I don't fucking care what you think. But like if I, for example, like make an art piece for somebody or like make fan art for somebody, I very much like want them to be comfortable with it. If I make like an art piece, let's say this animation, I do want to make sure that like the people that I am building up this community with are comfortable with it. Because I want you guys to enjoy the game in the end. Pre-planned sexual roleplay is fine too, I will say. Also, yeah, in the game it's a very gray area. In my opinion, the player is controlling the character, so they can create their own headcanon. They can. I will say that there will be heavy, like if you play the not safe for work version, there are gonna be quite the sexual innuendos and just, yeah, you know, there's gonna be sex. There's gonna be sex. If everything goes well, you know, if everything goes well with making the game and getting it online and everything. And the characters that I draw, the characters that we put in it, they will have like they will be shown having their own opinion and having their own needs and desires and stuff. But I am all for like people headcanoning with the NPCs, with like the enemy NPCs, the other character NPCs that I hope to put in, even if it's only a little bit, with like the boss, Saibon that you're gonna play, or Orion, because there's they're all Cybons, but there's only one Orion. Woot. I think I'm gonna try and do the laughing. I'm just gonna do the evil laughter or the evil snicker maybe first, and then an evil laugh before I try to animate the turnaround. Because my brain is a little bit goop, but I do want to have something. I do want to do something. Also, I will say I'm very easy to please in Corn as long as it's not specific. It's not specific things. I am fine. I'm very open to a lot of things. When it comes to like certain or a lot of fetish material, you guys know if you have watched me and Iso's collab, which we still have to plan our part 3 for, which actually I should message her to see if we can plan something in like, seeing as December might be a bit busy, maybe in January or something, or maybe late February. That's a bit far. I hope January, because I don't want to. Maybe yeah, December might be a bit too soon. I don't know. Anyway, for those who have seen our collabs, there are fetishes / kinks that, in my opinion, should not be on the list of fetishes and kinks. Those things are either just like origins of where people are and should not be fetishized. They're disabilities that should not be fetishized. I don't know why I can suddenly say it. Fetishized. Or they're just fucking disgusting. Like, you know what, I'm open with our talk about the form. I'm open to a lot of things, but I'm not per se into it, if that makes sense. When it comes to especially artwork, I do like things. And especially as a person who draws commissions for people, I'm very much comfortable with quite a lot of things that I myself as the artist would not be into, but I can understand why other people would be into it. Like, I can see where it originates from, I can see why it would feel nice for certain people. And like, I can only hope that people who enjoy my art and people who are gonna play the game have the same mindset, you know? I have some hentais as well that are like collections of several little stories. And within those books, I have a few where I'm like, oh yeah, these are really good. There are some where I'm like, it's not per se for me, but I like the artwork and I can see where they're getting, where they're getting it from or where they're going for. There are a few where I'm like, this is not for me. And I just don't read those because they're part of a book, but they're part of a book and they're part of a collection where I technically I could rip out the pages, but that ruins the book, you know? So I'm just like, I'm just gonna ignore those and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the book. Some things are not kinks or fetishes, it's just racism, discrimination, and ableism. Yeah, exactly. Like, let me start drawing, by the way. Especially with the collab. Because it was in alphabetical order, the first one that was on the list, and this is a pre-made list. For those who don't know, we're basically going on a tier list website that is already pre-made, that has everything in a alphabetical order with random anime pictures. And we always make sure to say, like, we did not make this list. We do not agree with everything on this being a fetish. We do not agree with everything in the picture that is depicted, because they also use a lot of, like, they for some reason, they use, like, My Hero Academia characters, for example. But, like, specifically kids. Those are kids. Those should not be fetishized. But, like, because it was in alphabetical order, one of the first, or the first one that we were supposed to raid turned out to be abortion. And I'm like, that's not a fetish. That's not even a kink. That's not even anything sexual. That is a medical procedure that is very difficult for both ends, and the mom and the dad and the doctors, and like should not be on any lists, on any sexual whatever list. So like I think I put that one, that was the reason why I made a tier that specifically said straight to jail. If you fetishize that, you're going straight to jail in my mind. I don't wanna be in contact with you. That's just weird. Get some Raita hentai mangas. They're pretty nice. Is that like a specific publisher or a specific mangaka? Because I think the ones I have are mostly Faku. And I think those are like different mangakas, but it's like one specific publisher. They do have quite the quality though. Let's see. Let me draw the end, sort of. Or like the highest point where I want him to be. Honju Araita is a doujinshi artist. Ooh, okay. And also like in that list was I think like amputees or prosthetics and like Latina and like other like names for just people from a certain area of the world, and I'm like, ISO and I both agree, like those are not fetishes. That's either just something that makes somebody the way they are. It's either a medical procedure or it's just indeed just racism, ableism, and like just weird, and not in a good way. Not funny, haha, funny weird, you know. Let's see. I want his head to be. I want him to sort of like stand backwards with his head. His arms. He's like spreading his arms because he's like sort of bellowing his laughter out. It just that's gonna take a perspective that don't often draw because I suck at perspectives. Fuck. Let's just put a square here for now. Or maybe I should keep his hand there. And like, this is moved to the back a little. First he spreads his arms, then he spreads his cheeks. Oh. Perfect. Like, if there's any list that uses the F slur for trans people, I'm gonna dump that shit in the trash faster than you can smack your own ass in bewilderment. Yeah, I think the list that we were using also has Futanari on it. And I did mention, like, hey, also this is like one of those things where we did not make the list. We love trans people, but this is not like the right way. Like, I also like mentioned like, hey, or I think I asked people like, hey, what is you guys' opinion on it? Because like I hear several sides, and I can only, you know, listen to other people's opinions because I'm not trans, and I myself only recently learned that especially the shorter version Futa is not always accepted by trans people. But me as a person being into not safe for work stuff, and especially you know, in the furry world, it's very widely used term. I was actually surprised. And I was like, I never meant anything bad by it, but I can see how it's like not taken, not feeling right. Not taken right, not feeling right is the right term I'm looking for. And I think there were several people in the stream also that were like not known or not aware that it's apparently not always a good term to use. But you know, the only way we can learn about it is if we talk about it. Let's see, it's never a good term. Said it before and again, the fucking word is just a sexual tag put on trans people because they sexualize us without wanting to give us even the thought of acknowledgement. To be fair, Futa was never related to trans. Futa was always more related to hermaphrodites. So what is... Because it's like a Japanese term, right? I actually never looked into what it exactly... Like, what is the exact translation? I would have to look it up. Can I? I feel like there should be a clear distinction between the two. You mean between trans and hermaphrodite? Or between Futa and her trans and hermaphrodite? Futanari was previously used in Japan for gods, because gods were considered hermaphrodites. Okay. Term Futa and trans people. Honestly, yeah. But in my mind, the way I looked at it as a person who is into not safe for work stuff, I don't know. This might sound weird. Like I never fully look at not safe for work artwork and think, or just think, oh my god, it's making me so horny. I always look at the characters and try to see the way it's been drawn, try to enjoy the character designs, try to enjoy the story that's been told with the art piece itself, and admire the art and the characters. This is also the reason why when I did erotic roleplay with like furry characters online, I was never into the smut only. They're like, especially on DeviantArt. It's so terrible that I've been doing this on DeviantArt, but honestly, there were so many people who specifically, like, there were specific tags for this where people were like, smut only, and I was like, I was never into that because I was like, I have a character. My character has a background. My character has a story. My character, like, maybe not only the character, but like for me, I wanted a story around it. I wanted a connection with our characters, even if our characters didn't necessarily ended up in a relationship. I was always like, I want our characters to connect one way or another. And that's also how I looked at, and still look at, art that people call Futanari. I'm not just thinking like, or not just, I'm not thinking like, oh my god, yeah, let's sexualize like trans people, let's sexualize people with an amputated leg or like anything else. I was always like, I don't know, it's gonna sound cheesy, but the beauty of the character and the way the body moves and the way the muscles like work together to make the pose. This sounds so fucking cheesy. It's just it's so weird, you know, to realize that not everybody thinks the same way. Like, just look at a person and see them for what they are. Why an amputated leg specifically? Because we were talking also, or I was also talking about the fetish, quote unquote, fetish and kink tier list earlier, and I always, when I talk about that list, I always let people know that there are some things on that list that me and ISO, and probably also people in chat don't agree with, that shouldn't be fetishized. Some of the things are people that are amputee, because it's just an easy word for me to remember. Like, you know, just like you shouldn't fetishize somebody with autism.
Lizard.
Why can I not scroll back into the chat? You know, just like I could say anything. I could have also said, but that didn't pop up in my mind as easily because I'm not sure if we were there on that list yet, or it just didn't sit. It didn't get like locked in my mind. Like, I don't think you should fetishize somebody because they're blind, or because they're deaf, or because they walk with a cane, or because they have a fucking hole in their head, or because they're missing an ear. You should love somebody because they are just them. This is one of the reasons why I don't understand, like, yeah, smut. I mean, I understand it, I just don't, it's not for me. Like, full on just smut in roleplay. I'll be like, that's nice, but what about the connection of our characters? I think I have tried it once, and I was so bored with it. I'm not gonna lie. Watching you closely. It's not my thing. It's definitely not my thing. Don't get me wrong, I think there are some very beautiful prosthetic arms and legs out there, but it would not be a reason for me to fetishize somebody. Send everything in DMs? Okay, I'll check it out after stream, thank you. I had some art that got tagged with that shit. I tried most politely to inform the artist. They did luckily repost it without, but I just blocked them, seeing they just kept using that fucking word. Oh no, the moment I got asked, the moment you asked me, like, hey, and like explained to me, like, hey, that's actually a word that a lot of trans people have started to like dislike because I was like, shit. Like, you know, thanks for letting me know. Also, fuck, I didn't know. Like, I have to rewire my brain, but I'm willing to rewire my brain because I care what my friends feel. I care what my friends think, and I care what hurts them. And I don't want to hurt people. I just want to make art that makes people happy. If the term that I use for certain art pieces is problematic, then I will try and change, even if I myself didn't feel like I ever looked at it in a bad way. Because guess what? I'm not the person that's affected by it. But the people I care about are affected by it, therefore I'm willing to change. And I can only hope that other people will too. If they have the same mindset like me, like, you know, seeing the term all this time and not thinking anything of it besides just knowing what it means. It means a feminine person with a cock, if I say it correctly that way, you know. And I think it's just, I don't know, a beautiful, can I call it a beautiful thing? Just a person, like, you're just having characters that are drawn be beautiful in general, not because they are that, but because just, I don't know, because the artist made them look nice. They have a good character, they have a good story around them, you know. It's difficult. What word? I'm trying not to say it too much, but I am still talking about futanari. And it's also difficult to understand, like, how far can I go with censoring until it becomes confusing when I'm talking about something and saying the words so people understand what I'm talking about, but not saying it too much that it becomes either problematic or hurtful. Girls with dicks are beautiful, but shouldn't be reduced to being just that. Same with the tag dick girl. That's just, yeah, it's not, they're not just there to be a sexual thing. You know, that's what I'm envisioning. They're there, and it could be anyone. You know, it could be any body type. You know, if I were to draw it, one time I draw a girl with a dick, the other time I draw a guy with a vagina, the other time I draw a girl with a vagina. It could be anyone. And sometimes I draw them sexual, and sometimes I draw them punching somebody's face in, because they have a personality, they have a story around them. They're, in my brain, they're living in a world that is dynamic. It's not just about smut. Which is also one of the reasons why I do like working on this game. It's a game that is haha funny, there's sexy stuff in it, but also they are characters that I've developed. And I have thought about them in my brain for a long time. I have created a world around them. I have created personalities for them. I have created like their thoughts and, you know. Let's see. I always thought that was used for femfolk who have both. Apparently it's been a bit of both. It depends, I think, also where you've been on the internet, you know, if like what you've been exposed to. Apparently it's been used for hermaphrodites, but it's also been used for trans folk. For God's sakes, don't call someone a futa, you fucks. So I've learned, yeah. Might be controversial. I might be a bit too overexposed to slurs being thrown my way. Like the F slur with 2 G's, but I think people need to stop being sensitive about words and build resistance. The bullying will continue as long as people will be sensitive to it. You cannot stop it. I think it's maybe a bit of both in that regard as well. People are allowed to let us know, those who are not as much or not at all affected by the word. They are allowed to let us know, like, hey, this is actually not making me feel right. It's making me feel bad. It's making me feel upset. It's making me sad. Whatever negative feeling is linked to it. They are allowed to let us know. It would be nice if in the future people could reclaim that word. But maybe just like the N-word, it's not for everybody to reclaim. Like me, for example, I would have no ill intent when I say the N-word. But I will still not say it because over time I've grown used to the idea it's not my word to reclaim. I do not feel comfortable saying it. Friend had that happened to her and she just dropped that person entirely dating app. Oh, wait, a person who wanted to date her called her that? I gotta be honest, I've never seen let's call it the F word with no G's. I've never seen somebody use the F word for real life people, I have to admit. I've always only seen it in art. I thought it was for hermaphrodite, but specifically girls with a dick. For more specifically with origins in Japanese hentai. And that's the thing. Apparently, it comes specifically from hentai, and I'm not entirely sure where it's gone wrong, if I can say it like that. Because, like I said, the corners of the internet where I resided in as an artist for many years, I don't think like nobody used it as a bad thing. But what is a bad thing? You can then start to ask, like, if, for example, Ari says, it's specifically for something where trans people are only sexualized and are not seen as anything else, then I can see how that's still a negative thing. Despite the artwork that you see, it might not entirely show a negative thing. Because when I look at art, like I said, I look at the art style, I look at the techniques for like the shading, for the line work, for the way they draw a body, for the way it tries to move. But it might specifically then be like, yeah, they made a piece of art and there's not a story behind it. When I look at an art piece, I assume that there's always a story behind the character, because when I make a character, it always has a story. It always, in my brain, as soon as I design a character, they have a personality. They have hopes and dreams and nightmares, and like they have a world where they're residing in. And it's only like, and this is gonna sound weird, but it's only recently that I started to realize not everybody does that for their characters. I'm so sorry, I'm behind in the chat. I'm trying to read and talk and draw. Words have as much power as you can give them, but I'm also not trans or NB trans, so I can't comment. That you say something there that is interesting, and I'm very stupid. And I think I have to apologize, because there was a post a while ago on Blue Sky that actually showed the umbrellas under which certain terms fall. And I had completely forgotten that non-binary apparently falls under the broad term of trans. And I'm not used to calling myself trans. I'm not sure if, like, I feel weird calling myself trans, even though I consider myself non-binary. And now I'm curious, what does chat think about that? I'm not sure if I can find that post if I look it up. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about right now? It was used for a long time for hermaphrodite, but over time it just passed on being just a fetish word and not a real life thing. Yeah. It's like saying, why are you offended by slurs? Just let the fascists use N and F and R and all slurs. That's fair, that's fair. See, I'm a straight man, so I ain't gonna say the F slur. My queer friends can say it all they want. It ain't my place. Honestly, I feel weird saying it, and apparently I'm falling under certain umbrellas that I don't... It's so weird. Let me quickly see how I want these legs to be a bit spreaded. It sounds so weird. Words change meaning. Words can be reclaimed. Queer was a slur that got reclaimed, but I don't see the R slur or this such being reclaimed anytime. The same with the F term. Anyone who uses it can go fuck themselves, and it's a sign you either don't know or are not worth to look at. I'd say do let people know, but like you said, if somebody isn't willing to change after you've let them know that not only you, but a lot of trans people are like uncomfortable with the term or feel deeply hurt by the term even, if they're not willing to change after hearing that, then yeah, you know, kick them. But I do think people are... not people are... What's the sentence here? People deserve... God, why can I not make a sentence? This is the worst time to have a fucking goop brain. People deserve a chance to change with the new information that they have been given. You know, like me. I'm very much a person that only knows so much, you know? Oh. Let's see. I'm sorry. If I missed anything, let me know, cause I missed so much in the chat. I'm so far down in the chat. Yeah, I missed so much in the chat. Oi, oi, oi. mean cut them off. It was more for clarification. Live and let die. It's a difficult world we live in. But I can, like, I can't say for everybody who uses the F term. But I can say that there are people that like me that are just a silly little guy on the internet that don't mean anything bad by it and don't know that it's hurting someone. So do please let us know. Let artists know. Just like when we're drawing things, you know? Like, don't come at me at my perspectives. I know they suck. Don't tell me you're offended by my perspectives. I know they hurt. They hurt me too. But like when we draw something we think might be beautiful, but it's actually like resembling something painful or negative. Like we can't, like, there are certain things, and this might sound harsh, but there are certain things that are up to like the person to not be too sensitive towards, but like things like the F term and sexism, racism, ableism, those are not the things you cannot quote unquote be like too sensitive for. Like some people don't know any better. You gotta let us know. We are willing to change. We are willing to learn. Where's my cup holder? And we can, you know, especially like if it's somebody, I'm gonna use myself as an example. I don't want to sound egotistical, but like I'm a good example in this case because I did use the F term quite recently, you know, for the Mavis with a cock artwork that I uploaded like a few months ago. In my head, the F term was just that. It was just a word to describe a character that, for me, I cared for. And I just coincidentally drew them with their cock out. And I know that it was like, that was a term that I was used to. And I did not hear about anything up until I was told, like, hey, this is a hurtful word. Please don't use it. You know? I can only learn if people let me know. I'm not gonna be a good two shoes that says, I mean, you can just come at me and be like, my god, you cannot use the term bread or dead or red or television because that's hurtful. I'm not taking shit, but I am willing to change for people that genuinely care for certain things. My perspectives don't suck, they are very fair. Depends. I am deliberately not drawing certain perspectives. Like, you know how you have those cool perspectives where a person is like standing so coolly to the side and they have like their arm up. It's already going wrong. I meant for like the hand to be like super close to the camera. But for some reason I can never get it right and I'll just be like, oh my god. Like this cylinder looks okay, but as soon as I try to add arm details and a hand, nah. That looks like it. That's gonna look like shite. I don't draw that. I want to, but I can't just yet. That's your thing. You aren't going around pointing at people and using it. Are you talking about me? Because yes. You can't say dead. You have to say unalive. Like, yeah, for example, those type of words. Like, instead of dead or killed, we say unalive or unalived. I get it as a joke. It was funny when it was haha. The YouTube algorithm doesn't want you to say the word dead or killed or suicide, so people went around it. But it's now being done to so many words where it's been used so regularly where I'm like, guys, we don't just let media change normal words. You know? Don't let the algorithm change our vocabulary. If you're gonna change your vocabulary, change it to make people feel inclusive, to make people feel welcome and comfortable. You know? Gotta go to work now. Night night. Good night, Ari. Good luck at work. I'm sorry, you were here in the chat when we were discussing not something really super great. And this is like, you know, this is also one of the reasons why I do mention it. I do talk about it if it comes up. You know, I have been told that this is a painful term, or it's at least in the least a negative term, and I would like to that other people also, like, you know, other people learn and show other people that, hey, just it's apparently not okay, even if you think it's okay. Because I learned, and you know, we can only learn if we communicate about it. That's the horrible, horrible thing of being humanity. We can only learn if we communicate, and we are one of the races that is so fucking horrible at communicating.
Marley XD.
Hi Paka! How's everybody doing, by the way? I haven't said hello to a lot of people. Hi, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I'm drawing a sexy lizard man. Are you having a good time? Maybe not seeing the subject we were talking about. Should we talk about something fun? I can't say suicides, they came over themselves. Oh. But you know, that's
the unfortunate thing about unalived, raped or self-deleted, sewer slide, it is necessary to be used if you want to 1. Be monetized, and let's face it, creators need to get their bread too. And 2, not be blocked from the algorithm because you want your content to reach a lot of people.
that too.
And fat in his ass.
That too. You know what the problem, you know my frustration with it is? At some point we were talking about the 1940s German soldiers in the chat or on stream. You know how I already say this with a little bit of annoyance? Because if I say the word Nazi too often, apparently that's not a good thing. But it's, in my opinion, the things like graped, sewer slided, unalived, the 1940s German soldiers, it softens the meaning of the word. And especially with like, I don't know why, but the word graped, the grape one, specifically ticks me off because it sounds like a joke. It softens something and it makes a joke out of something that should not be made a joke out of. Don't say Hitler, say failed Austrian painter. And if you can understand that.
My family has some captured loot from the 1940s German soldiers officers. Granddad was not fucking around.
Damn. I am stopping you right there. I mean, I've already said it, I'm sorry. But you know what do you get what I'm going for? Like it's not immediately, but slowly over time, it is softening the blow of a word that should not be softened. Because they are horrible things that happen, have happened, and unfortunately will still happen. Especially if we make a joke out of the word, or make people feel like it should not be taken seriously. And I think that's the feeling maybe that for example, trans people now have with the term futa. You know, I can only imagine, I can only try and relate to it, to that. Don't like it when people talk about serious topics that are clearly very dark and then water down the words to not get censored by the algorithm. Talk about the subject seriously or not. Yeah. Yeah, basically, I do agree, and I understand.
Leon Grandad brought home a Death Head Luger. An SS officer Luger. It did not save its original owner.
Damn. Nazis were not the military of Germany during that time. The Wehrmacht was the military of Germany and was not directly linked to the Nazis. As a matter of fact, they despised them and took the first occasion to turn around around them and crush them. See? So apparently not only does it soften the blow of the word and the meaning behind it, the meaning behind the event, the big event, the World War II, I didn't know. So now I'm spreading misinformation because I'm calling them the 1940s German soldiers. You see what I'm getting at? You see how easy, like, censoring certain words can change a situation, can change the meaning of it? Enlarging the bulge?
Marley. Enlarging the bulge.
He doesn't have that big of a bulge. My personal favorite is Bad Mustache Man. I like that one. That is a funny one though. And sometimes I don't like being a simpleton.
Instead of saying 1940s German soldiers, people use Yahtzee since it sounds similar.
But then again, my point still stands. You use a tabletop game for a very serious name that should not be censored. Just like so people say PDF file. You know, the program for... I don't even know if I can say it at this point, because I don't know if I will get flagged, you know? But like... And somebody said cheese pizza in the chat at some point. Because I don't know anymore what was going on. Somebody said cheese pizza. For God's sakes, stop censoring it like that. I use PDF files as documents. I send it to people. I like cheese pizza. I want to be able to talk about cheese pizza in a normal sense without people wondering if I'm talking about something horrific. You know? That one specifically pissed me off so much because I didn't even know what they meant.
You will get flagged, and that's why I hate media censorship.
Yeah. It's very frustrating. And that's what I mean with... Ooh.
Flying kicks through space window that magically repairs itself. Asterisk love yourself. Cheer 6 cheer 9.
Mayo, thank you so much for the biddies. Watch out for the space window glass though. Don't cut yourself. And you know, I can only imagine that the frustration that I feel towards the censorship of those people, that is the type of frustration that people like Ari feel towards the word, the F term, when it's being used instead. You know, it might be the other way around. It's using the term instead of not using it. But I can only imagine that's the same frustration. And that's a horrible way to feel. It's annoying. It's annoying to say the least. It's horrific, horrible, and agonizing at medium, and it's just fucking disgusting at its worst. Specifically cruel, considering many German soldiers did not participate in act cruelty. And even worse, salvation. I remember visiting Braindonk. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. And one of the survivors told us that only the medics from the Wehrmacht in the fort protected them. Damn, it's crazy, man. And it's actually fucking illegal, for example, to okay, I need to do a perspective here. Give me a moment. I think it's actually illegal. I'm not sure if it's illegal everywhere in the world, but I think it's at least illegal in Germany. If you... This perspective doesn't fucking work, what the heck? If you deny the Holocaust. So I'm like, why is it illegal to deny that the Holocaust has happened? But we are saying things like Yahtzee for them, you know? The world is weird and I don't understand it. Yahtzee is a game too? Exactly. And cheese pizza should just be a pizza. PDF file should just be a document that you send to people. We should just say the words, but media algorithm censorships makes it so that we don't say the words, and it softens the blow of the meaning of the word. And makes it fucking confusing for people who are dumb, like me, when people are talking about it, and they come up with a new fucking term, and I'm like, what the fuck do you mean with cheese pizza? And I say, I like cheese pizza, because it's dough with cheese gone in the oven. But when I say cheese pizza, I have to be careful. I have to specifically mention I like the ball of dough that is spread out in the circle, covered in tomato sauce and cheese, put in the oven so the cheese is melty. I specifically like that fucking dish. Oh. This world was already not neurodivergence friendly, and it's becoming even worse to just be a straightforward person.
You can spread me in a circle.
Once all the boomers die, a better, cooler world will come. Oh. Oh. If only. Then we also have to take care of the millennials that did not learn from the boomers. Because those also exist. Don't get me wrong. I'm I'm a millennial, and I am one that learned and is still learning. And there are many like me, but there's also some not like me. It's exhausting, honestly.
I did brought this as a point to Ari previous, but I do like your input too. About stuff like the R-word slur, it is very unfortunate that it became a slur because the term literally means slow, and it is still currently in use. For example, in the military establishment there are R-word bombs, which refers to slowed down bombs due to added air drag fins or parachutes. Also, because the R word is a slur, other words that sound similar are getting avoided, such as retardant, which refers to suffocating materials such as fire retardant aka extinguishers.
Yeah, you know the funny thing is, I have medication. I have a medication that slowly gives off medication. It's a capsule that slowly gives off medication when I ingest it. You want to know how it's named? You want to know the name of that specific medication? I don't even know how to say the word the medication in English. Yeah, it literally is, and I don't even know if I can say it now normally, but it's literally called medication name R-word. Because it's a capsule of that medication that is slowly giving off the medication. It's just right there on the box. It's something you have to take in context, but that's the thing. Especially now with AI coming into view more and more often with moderation as well. I bet in the future, like now, it's probably gonna be somebody that's listening to the stream that reports me for shits and giggles when I say the words. In the future, and I'm afraid that it's gonna be the near future because we already have AI in the chat, AI moderation. I'm not so sure how far it is or if it's been taken away, but I'm gonna bet my money on it that we're gonna get audio moderation. And if I say the R words, even in context with my medication, talking about how it's a capsule that slowly gives off my medication and that's why it's using the R word in the name? AI is stupid at this point, still. It's not smart yet. Maybe in the future, but it's gonna flag people. Even if you use it in a certain context. Just like the word gay. It used to mean happy. And thankfully, it's now not always used in a bad sentence anymore. It's been reclaimed. But you see how, like, it's words. I don't know how, like, people who study languages, like in this specific sense, like the evolving type of language, like what do you call it? Language evolving. Like, how the fuck do you keep up with this? Because I certainly can't, and I'm on the internet like every fucking day. And I have barely drawn. I feel like this is too high up. I need to focus for a moment. Really, 2 seconds. And I do have to admit, yeah, I'm sometimes not sure. I'm sometimes scared to use words because either moderation problems or I'm accidentally offending somebody and I don't want that to happen.
The word gay is one of the most unfortunate cases of becoming a slur. Since there's old era names such as Gaylord XD.
That's true, that's true. Trying to lighten the mood because this convo makes me anxious. Yeah, maybe we should switch conversations because it's also making me really tired because I can't change it. You know, I want everybody to be happy, healthy, and comfortable, and I can't make that happen. Which is making me very sad. Oh. I don't like the way he's laughing, by the way. Let me see if I can change this a little bit.
New convo. How fat should Dex's ass and package be?
I mean, he's got quite the fat ass already. I'm giving him quite the thighs. This man is doing his squats, okay? He's doing it daily. He's doing 100 squats daily. I don't know, what is 100? As 100 sounds a lot, sounds like a lot. I think I can only do, per round, I can only do 10 squats and then I'm done. Then my brain, my legs are like, ugh. 100 is a decent number. Depends if weighted. Weighted. Yeah, let's make it difficult for him. Weighted. He's carrying... No, wait. No, that's too heavy. I was gonna say he's carrying Orion every time, but Orion is 200 fucking kilos. That might be too much. I do 10 with around 200 pounds. What is 200 pounds in kilograms? So damn, the sauce I made is so fucking good. Ooh. The curry sauce, or is it? You said curry-like, right? So it's not curry. What is it? Is it just a self-invented sauce that is based on curry? Why can I not do this? Perspective was fine. What are you doing, Marley? $90 kilograms, almost 91. Damn, I need Art of Dex getting spread. I will try and make it at some point. 91.
Subject change. I saw reptiles, derpy seals, and cool crystals today.
Nice,
Which
nice.
are your favorite on all three fronts? No, let me guess. Tortoise, turtle, sea lion, specifically the European monk sea lion, and amethyst. Hog me with a 200 kilograms bunny girl on my back because I want to prove that everyone else is a bitch.
Let's see. First one, yes. I do really like turtles and tortoises. Of reptiles specifically, those are probably my favorites. I have to look up the monk sea lion. I do really like the very stretchy, and also they can look very stretchy and they can look very round. Is that the sea lion? Maybe, I'm not sure. They're often gray, light gray with darker spots. Honestly, all seals and like sea lions look kind of nice, funny though. Maybe? I think this is different one, to be honest. I'm not sure what the specific seal is that I'm talking about, but they're often also in these like super round plushy forms.
Are you telling me that in kilograms and still in the triple digits I've recently hit 300 pounds?
Wait, are you pulling? Are you doing squats with 300 pounds? Also, for rocks or for crystals, amethyst is nice, but it's not my favorite, funny enough. I'm not sure what my favorite is. I really like heliotrope. Or quote-unquote bloodstone is what it's called often as well. Because of Land of the Lustrous, I also have a really soft
the
spot
monk
for
one is a seal,
phosphophylite.
not a sea lion. The European monk seal.
Ah, European monk seal. Let me see.
No, that's my weight. I've been putting on a lot of muscle.
Oh. I also really like phosphophylite, but that is linked to the story. But also green. I like green. And I also really like Peridot because green. Then again, oh my god, no. All of them are fucking green. Because heliotrope is green with a little bit of... I know there's also red heliotrope, but I specifically like the green ones with the red spots in it. My fucking god, everything I like is fucking green. Hi, Pupa. You can squat 113 kilograms. I can squat my own body weight 10 times. Maybe, I think, 20 times, and that's it. That's what I did today for exercise. Oh no, I am such a wimp.
I sent you in DMs the monk seal I saw today.
Let me see. Oh, I'm not sure. It's not as round. Also in the pictures I looked, it's not as round as the ones I'm talking about.
Soon, one day I can know
Let's look it
Sweat
up.
Princess Carrie Form 3 Mavis.
Damn. Princess Carrie, Form 3 Mavis. I I think Form 3 Mavis is also like 200 kilograms. I just like the number 200 for some reason. Maybe I should make
You
her
mean squatting
heavier.
while holding your weight or squatting without holding weight?
I mean, without weight. Just my body. Moving my body up and down. That's what I do. That's all I do. I'm baby. Okay, I want a frame in between these. At least one. Let's see. Why can I not see the other one? Because it is very light. Wally, can we know how much you weigh? At this point, I weigh 65 kilograms. I wish I could still say I weigh 49, but I don't. I have gained a lot of weight. I am slightly overweight, according to my height. 49. There was a point in my life where I was 49, yes. Due to an eating disorder and having unmanaged and undiagnosed endometriosis that was wrecking my bowels. You're lighter than me, but you're way taller than me. I am only 160 centimeters.
The difference between sea lions and seals is that seals have slits for their noses while seals have snouts like cats and dogs with a similar looking nose.
Yeah, and sea lions are more aggressive, right?
Marley, I can princess carry you for a rut hike.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not super heavy, but for my height,
Marley gets
I
a
am
free
quite
piggyback
round.
rides.
If you take in consideration that I am not that tall, I have quite the roundness, which is okay. But you know, if you have my type of brain, that tells you to like, no, not okay. I have sort of grown out of it, and with grown out I mean I have sort of like built myself out of it. I have moved myself out of this mindset, but I had very much the mindset of I need to be thin, I need to be slim, because that means I am healthy and pretty and gorgeous and whatever the fuck. Because
Marley, you
my
look
mom was
good.
always
Cease
about
being mean to yourself.
losing weight. My mom was doing nothing but always focusing on
Sea lions have
every
snouts.
problem that we
I'm
have
sorry I'm
and
dumb,
losing
but
weight.
You knew that already.
Snouts. And because I used to be very close with my mom, I very much had it ingrained in my head that if you reached a certain weight for your height, you needed to lose weight. But believe me that I am doing better most of the times. I am not carrying as much. I do want to be healthy. So, you know, I'm doing exercise not per se to lose weight, but to be just in a good condition health-wise. I am chronically ill, unfortunately, physically. And sometimes I do eat something that makes me bloat, like really, really bad and like really painful, and that makes me uncomfortable. That triggers a certain spot in my brain. I'm not gonna lie. But I've mostly worked myself out of that mindset. Also because I had to choose, you know? I had to choose. It was either be in agonizing pain that eventually was gonna take me out of this world, literally, or go on medication, which most likely would take most, if not all of that pain away, but gain weight. So my choice was made, and the choice was really easy. I'm not gonna lie, as well. You know, and that sounds maybe weird. Especially if people are listening that still are struggling with an eating disorder very heavily. But the choice was really easy. Because I did not want to leave this world. I wanted to stay. But I was in a lot of pain. And as much as I did not want to gain weight, I did not want to be in pain even more. So, it sounds really easy now, but it definitely was not easy. So I think I need to change something here at some point. Oh, stretch, head pads, hydrate, thank you. Oh. Stretching before means your muscles, crawlers are more distant.
Able to work on this lovely project, now would I have a lovely friend. You're
Yeah.
a good being.
I'm a good being, you guys are good beings, and I'm so glad we're all still here. And I hope that we all get to be here for a very long time. And whether you have struggles or not, I know we have a quote-unquote no trauma dumping rule. But, you know, for the smart beings under us, we all know why that is here, you know, to just so that people don't only come here and sour the mood. If you are going through something, the community is more than willing to help you through it with the words that we can muster. We cannot always deal with it with you all the time because we have our own traumas. We have our own spoons that slowly deplete or fastly deplete. But we do have a lovely community that is willing to listen and shout with you into the void if needed. What did you miss is safe to speak?
I'm not a good being. I'm a gremlin harg rwa hggg dog noises.
I wish I could do that sound right now, but I really can't. My throat hurts. But yeah. You know? And that's also the thing. I talk about it so other people start to feel maybe good about themselves as well. Or at least listen to what I have done for myself and maybe think, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna try. I don't know if that's gonna help, but I'm gonna try. If they could do it, maybe I can. That's what I thought at some point with some, that's how I thought with some art. That's how I thought with streaming. That's how I thought with making VTuber models.
I you the brainworm I said above cause it lives in a horrid little bit of my brain folds.
Brainworm? I'm gonna look at that after the stream. It's safe to speak now, I suppose. Nice. It's always safe to speak. You okay, Alex? Back in my day, I used to have all the fat girls, all the fat bitches. I specifically also love the Queen song. How does it go? How does it go again? Bicycle, bicycle, I wanna ride my bicycle. And there's I think, or it was either that song or it's another song where he sings about liking fat girls. Because it's okay to be fat. Some people are fat. They can eat a salad and they're still fat. Because medical reasons. And maybe you don't eat that healthy and you're also fat. Guess what? That's also okay. Guess what? I'm gonna whisper a little secret in your ear. Come real close. I'm not gonna do anything weird. I'm not gonna scream. I'm gonna talk real soft. It's okay to exist. Did you know that? It doesn't matter what you look like if you are an okay person. And if you're willing to learn, it is okay to exist. Yeah, fat-bottomed girls! Fat-bottomed girls make the rocking world go round. Yeah, you guys are right. It was fat-bottomed girls. It was not bicycle. I specifically thought about fat girls on a bicycle. But I don't... Maybe he sings about it, but I'm not sure. I think I will head off for work since I want to visit the zoo tomorrow. Okie dokie. Have a good night's rest. Have fun at the zoo tomorrow. mostly learning so much in this channel. I feel I have led a relatively eventless life. So it's honestly really interesting listening. I just wish I could do more than add pets. A lot of people wish pupa. And guess what? Like, a lot of people wish they could do something even if they're really fucking close. Like, I had friends that were really worried about me. But they couldn't do anything because I needed professionals. I needed medication, possibly surgery, for example. Specifically now talking about, for example, my endometriosis. And the funny thing is, at some point, I was talking to my mom about this. I don't like talking to her in general anymore. I specifically don't like talking to her about medical things because she will constantly repeat everything. And she was, for those who don't know, she was very much the person that relied on me as a child and young adolescent and a teenager to regulate her fears. So when she had a medical fear, and because I was really curious about medical stuff, I also looked up a lot of stuff, which in turn made me really anxious for a lot of stuff. So I don't like talking to her about things like this because she will constantly repeat it and constantly make it bad and constantly make it negative. And exactly this is what happened when I saw her again after like 5 years at a party for one of my siblings. And I did mention to her that I end up having the diagnosis of endometriosis. And she went on and on about how bad everything was and how sad everything was and how scary everything was because she threw her own... Like, I just gave a little mention, you know? Because we hadn't seen each other in a long time, we hadn't spoken in a long time, and I was just trying to be a normal, calm adult that talked about, you know, what has happened in my life. Endometriosis did take out a good chunk of, like, my life in the COVID era. And I remember specifically her saying, "Oh, you should have called me. You should have let me know, because now you've done everything alone, and you were all alone, and it was so scary, and it was so bad, and it was so." And I looked at her, and I told her, like, I was never alone. I had really good people right next to me, but even they couldn't do anything, and they felt bad about it. But I was never alone. But she was just like, she put those words in my mouth. And that's one of the reasons why I have many of these fears as well nowadays. Because she was scared. She was scared, so I had to be scared. She was lonely, so I had to be lonely. You know? It's just... disgusting. Get out of here. Yeet it into space. He does mention a bicycle in the song too. Okay, so I was not crazy. Fat girls on a bicycle. I was not crazy. I love the song Fat Bottomed Girls. It's so good. Queen in general is so good, man. Your friends are usually not therapists, but they can support you. Yeah, very important. Like, you can ramble, but do keep in mind, you know, your friends also have their own shit on their plate, and they can only handle so much, because everybody has their own amount of spoons. Life is a co-op game. It's okay to receive help from friends. They ease the existence in the world and make you happy. Yeah, and in return you do the same for them with the amount of energy that you have. And all of you have to keep in mind, like, you can only go so far until you might need to speak to a medical professional, be it about a physical ailment, be it about a mental ailment, you know? Me good, I just don't like much partaking in those kind of convos the previous thing does now. Because I know my point of view may be a bit controversial. But well, I just don't speak my mind. And that's fair. That's fair. That's the tricky part of having so many different cultures that are now, thanks to the internet, intermingling and like not always agreeing. Because different cultures are very much used to different things, and different things are normal in different parts of the world. And yeah, I get that. I get that. It's good though that we can mingle with each other, that we can talk. You know, I think it's a good thing. But it is tricky sometimes. Some people are very passionate about some things. Some people have been very much hurt by things in the world and are more open about it. That's one of the tricky things where life is a co-op game, you know? Not everybody mingles as well as some others do. There's something you said before. I saw your TV head cosplay. Really cute chub. Wait, whose? Mine or somebody else's? Hey, you ain't crazy. You a good egg. I'm a good egg. I'm a bean and an egg. I'm an entire breakfast. I'm beans. I'm eggs. Am I also toast? I do have toast. She's swimming in the aquarium next to me. The joke is it's my turtle. Her name is Toast. Mies. I do really like TV heads. I'm not. I haven't. It's really bad. I haven't worn them in quite a long time, and I haven't made any videos with them because I honestly don't know what to make a video of. But I do really like my TV heads that I've made, and I wish I could make more. I just don't have the space to store them. But it was really fun making them, and I am sometimes seeing some really cool either object head or like fursuit heads or like monster heads that people make even out of cardboard. That people make out of cardboard, and like it looks so good. Recently, I saw this cosplay, and it's not done yet because it's like it's still looking like cardboard. But somebody made like what was it? It was some sort of it was a head made out of cardboard, but it was resting on their shoulders. It was quite large, but they also had like an extra piece on their head inside that cardboard head, and that was already sort of painted as an eye. And because the outer layer was resting on their shoulders, it moved independently from their head, so they could use their head to make that eye look like it was moving inside that outside piece. It looked really cool. Let me see if I can draw it. I'm not exactly sure anymore what it was, so I'm gonna imagine it was like some kind of like monster with like teeth around it. Something. This is something I would like to make. It's like an alien monster, and like it had like some sort of collar that was resting on the shoulders. So this was resting on the shoulders specifically, and then you had like the head on the inside that was also like a cardboard cosplay on it, but it was specifically looking like an eyeball. And while this stayed in position, because they moved their head that was independently from like this piece, the eyeball could like move around without this moving, which made it look really cool. And I'm like, oh my god, that would be so cool. I want to make something like that, but I don't have the space. But it's so cool. What should matter is if that person is a good person or a bad one. Indeed. Indeed. Just say off topic that your little jiggling models are so amazing. I love this one. Your Tamagotchi dancing on screen. Yeah. Man, I love that Tamagotchi. It's... I kind of think the Tamagotchi animation can be a little bit better. I've been thinking of trying to make it in Live 2D to make it extra stretchy. I've been doing a lot of frame-to-frame stuff, and while it doesn't look super smooth... Actually, you guys have not been able to see everything. Sorry. It doesn't look super smooth, but that's because I really like some stuttering in like some simple frame-to-frame animation. So for example, my loading screen, I made my loading screen now in Live 2D, but I also really like, I still really like this one. I like the, I don't know what to call it. Stutter. It's not really stuttering. It's not really bounciness, but I just like the abrupt movement, I think. But I also really like this. I also like, I wanted to go back to some Live 2D animation because I hadn't done it in a while. Low frames. Yeah, I guess that's exactly it. I like some low frame animations as well. Don't get me wrong though. Cool fighting scenes in 60 FPS. My god, that's so... Sorry, wrong scene. That's so good. And I wish I could animate cool fighting scenes because I'm working on a little project right now. And in my brain, I'm imagining this entire scene. And it's so fucking cool. But then I draw it in the comic and I'm like, ooh. I'm like, oh my god, I could never animate. Well, maybe not never, but it would take me so much effort and so long, so much time to like try and animate it that I would probably lose motivation, which is a bummer because animation is so cool. Oh, stretchy big brain sounds amazing. Yeah. Maybe I'll try something in the future. Talking about differences, Marl, you know the racing game of Glitch shown in the merch trailer? The racing game of Glitch? It is in the merch store. You can play it right now. Wait, what are we talking about? The racing game of Glitch? I'm not sure what you're talking about. For Live 2D, I love the eyes. Put them in a low frame one and it will be peak. Honestly, I was a little hurried with this one. Which is also, you can see it slightly clipping back because I didn't perfectly loop it. I did not make enough frames or not enough pieces for the eyes. And I animated this in like a day because I was like, shit, I wanted this done like when I started streaming this week, and it was like before the stream when I made this. So like right there, you could see it like slightly clipped to the left. But hey, it's better than if I did nothing at all. You know, I'm slowly working on things. I'm slowly working on things. Glitch Productions. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure what racing game we're still talking about. Have I missed something? I know about The Amazing Digital Circus, the Guinevere Night at not Night at Guinevere. There was something. I still haven't seen that pilot, to be honest, as well. I still need to watch it. I know people said it's good, but I just haven't gotten around it yet. Have you not seen their most recent merch trailer? I have not, no. Which is why I'm quite confused. Okay, this is not... Shit, this is not... Oh shit, their merch trailers are always wonderful. I gotta be honest, I barely watch, like, just like any other thing that I follow. I barely watch merch trailers because I usually don't buy any merch. Oh, my throat, man. It's becoming so sore. But you said there's a racing game that's real? Are they making a racing game? Oh. Sorry. We have some herbal tea with honey. Might help the throat. Yeah, I should probably make some before I go to bed. And maybe I shouldn't make it too long tonight, because the more I talk, the more I probably irritate my throat. But I wanna draw and I wanna hang out with you guys. Let's see, even if you don't buy it, seeing them is like seeing a funny short segment on the TV. Those ones you always saw in the commercial breaks because they were awesome. Some streamers do streams while typing to chat. You can try if you wanna stay up longer. Honestly, I wonder how people do it when they have used TTS only. Like, do they type it? Do they talk and does it translate to TTS? I gotta be honest. I tried to do that. I tried a sort of typing as answering to chat earlier this year when I had my wisdom teeth out. Oh, it was so annoying. I was so frustrated. I think some just type. They type really fast then, damn. So you are not as wise? I am not wise at all. What made you think that? Absolutely not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb. Yes, perfect. I think you don't know. Yeah, you're very over still. Don't forget the thumb. Oh, because because I had my wisdom teeth out. You got me. You got me. Yeah, no, I'm not very wise at all anymore because I have neither of my wisdom teeth. I have none. I'm half as wise because I only got 2 taken out. I had 2 taken out when I was like 16 or 17, I think. No, I think I was a little older. No, I was older because I was already in college. So like 19? I'm not sure if I was in college already in 19. It was 2011 when I started college. It's 14 years ago. Yeah, basically 19 or 20. I had two taken out back then. Because one was infected and I could barely open my mouth. And the other one was laying sideways and they just wanted to take it out because they were like, oh my god, it's gonna cause for trouble. And I was like, no, because it doesn't hurt. And earlier this year I had other 2 taken out. I had my top wisdom teeth taken out. Because they were starting to make it they were sort of... They were half protruding through my gums. So much so that food could get trapped under my gums, but I could not brush there. Like, it was literally this. Like, I had, like... It was like this. So, like, this was all gums. And these were like the tips, 2 tips of like my wisdom tooth. And at most it became like sort of this. But like the entire teeth, the entire molar was like this. Under like my gums. So it was creating a not so very nice smell that I could not brush away. Which made me very, very anxious to talk to people more than it already does. Okay, let's see. I think I said this before, they had to drill my bone to get my teeth out, and I dulled a drill bit. Jesus. Yeah, with me too, they had to drill the one that was sideways, so I had one. This one was nasty, by the way. If you have like your jaw, and this is like top, this is bottom. I had a wisdom tooth that was like, so you have your normal molars. I have beautiful molars, can you see? This one was still in here, and I had one that was doing this with like the root. So these had like normal roots. And this one was specifically doing a curl and was sideways. Beautiful molars. Dentists love them. This one was a motherfucker to get out. And this is specifically the one they had to like... Because it was also like half in my bone like this. So they had to like dig it out. They had to diggy a hole in my mouth to get my molar out. Which was very much traumatic. Which is why I took so fucking long to go to a surgeon. Not a dentist. I did not go to a dentist. I specifically went to a surgeon that would put me under. Because I would not be awake for those fucking wisdom teeth to be taken out anymore. Ever. Ever. Wait, why is this dark? Did I collapse those by accident? Fuck me. Did I? Okay, I'll do this. Because I want them to be the same sort of stuff. Hello? Why are you there? I was very afraid of getting my wisdom teeth out after that one. Teeth problems are not fun. I dread going to the dentist. Me too. Me too, pupa. I'm always so scared to go to the dentist. It's not a nice smell. I had one wisdom tooth growing horizontally to the rest and it was painful. Yeah, mine didn't... Mine hadn't moved yet, but they said it could, and then it would wreck my entire, like, lower jaw. We're the same. I actually decided to go under when they pulled mine out, so I can't even imagine what you went through. For my first two, for my two bottom wisdom teeth, I was awake. The first one was infected, and was just straight up, like, standing like this. And... although I was really afraid for the injection, and I still would not choose to do it because I'm afraid of needles. I'm afraid of needles, like, by a long shot, so, like... that was really not a fun part, but the procedure itself to get the molar out was, like, 5 minutes. And that was it. And with that one, I was actually thinking to myself, oh my god, if this is it, then I'll be fine next time. So I went in next time, the second time, because I had 2 separate appointments because they would not get them out simultaneously. Yeah, who likes needles, right? I don't know. The second time I went in thinking to myself, like, okay, we know the needle is really not fun, the injection is really not fun, but after that, I'll be fine. You know, the recovery period was another story, but the procedure itself was fine. It didn't take long, I didn't feel anything, I would be okay. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong as fuck. Because that second molar, the one that was laying with the hook root upwards, that one was a bitch to get out. The second time, the surgeon was also really not careful with the needle. The first time, I let him know, like, hey, I'm afraid of needles, blah, blah, blah. And he was really, like, careful in the sense of he would inject, or he would tell me to, like, breathe in, exhale, like, try and stay calm. I would inject once, take a breather, take a moment to, like, relax and calm, and then do another injection. He was taking his time to make sure that I was as calm as you could be in such a situation. The second time, he did not care. Jab, 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 jab. Oh, okay, there, injections. I was like, already like, ugh! Like, that was strike one. I was not happy. In the chair, I was like, okay, we've got, in my mind, I was like, we have had the worst part of the procedure. So I was in that chair, and I thought to myself, 5 minutes and then it's out. It did not take 5 minutes. He kept tugging and wriggling and pushing and tugging, and eventually he told me, I need to stop what we're doing right now and I need to do a different approach, because if I continue like this, I will break your jaw, because apparently your jawbone is very thin in this area. Strike 2. Panic kicks in, because he almost broke my jaw. And I was like, and in my brain was like, if he does something wrong now, my jaw will break. Panic kicks in. So he continued to do his thing. And eventually they had to, like with the first one, they just had like the big tweezers. They grabbed the molar, they wiggled it around, pulled it out, done. With this one, they had to get the drill, they had to get the saw, and they started like digging into that bone, which in my mind, he just told me I had a very thin jawbone. So if he digged and sawed too much, my jawbone will be kaput. So strike 3, panic kicks. Panic has already kicked in. I'm starting to shiver and tremble right now. And they had to go around the entire molar, and because that motherfucker was like sideways, the nerve was also going this way. So like, this is the nerve. And they had to like dig this out. What they did not tell me is the moment you sever the nerve, no matter if you're under sedation, like muscle sedation, no, like I was awake with these two. It was just sedated in my mouth. They did not inform me of the fact that if you sever the nerve, despite it being sedated, you will feel a slight pinch, because that's the electrical current that is being shot the other way. So in my brain was coming up with the fear of, I feel pain, the sedation is wearing off, they don't have the molar out yet, I'm gonna be in pain in this procedure very soon. Strike 4, I was in a full-blown panic attack. The surgeon could not continue, and specifically like stopped, turned to me and told me right to my face, you need to stop this behavior right now because I cannot continue to work like this. And I think that's one of the moments where my brain got a whack, which is why I'm so anxious in this day and age, because I was in a situation where I had no control. Other people put me in this situation. I did not want to be here. It was not my choice to get these wisdom teeth out at that point. It was my parents' choice. I wanted to wait because I did not have any pain. There was no indication of this wisdom tooth pushing yet. And I was like, I'm getting regular checkups at the dentist every half year. We can check it, and if I have pain or if we see something happen, we can take it out. They did not listen, so the control was taken away from me. And I was in a situation where a lot of scary things happened to me that I could not stop. And on top of that, I was being hurt. On top of that, I was not being informed. And on top of that, I was basically being belittled. And that's is a specific moment in my youth that I remember where I went completely catatonic. I remember them finally being done after like 20 minutes of trying to dig that tooth out. My mom coming into the room and me just sitting up on the chair, mouth gaping open, staring just in front of me, and her saying like, "Hey, Marley, you're done. Come on, let's go." And me just sitting on the chair. I would only move if I was being pulled forward, and I would move like very slowly. I would just stare in front of me, and I basically plopped in the car and later plopped on the couch, and that's it. That's all I remember. Like I was so out of it. It was the most horrible experience when it comes to dentistry that I've ever had. And that's saying something, because as a child I was so afraid of injections that I actually, whenever I had cavities, my dentist let me choose to like, "Hey, this cavity is not very deep. Do you want a injection or not?" Because I was so afraid of injection, and that my normal dentist knew. So I told her like, I want to try without. And I had a really good relationship with the dentist. She would be like telling me like, "Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this." This was like the perfect autism fucking dentist, man. She was so fucking nice. And she would always like tell me to like, "Hey, if anything hurts, let me know. Like, stick up your hand and I will let you know how long. I will let you know if we can stop or not, or if it's like a crucial moment. I will give you a moment to breathe." And she was always like letting me know, "Okay, not we're doing this. I can see you're uncomfortable. I see you're getting scared, but it's not taking too long. Blah blah blah." That was the best fucking dentist. That surgeon was the worst fucking guy I've ever had, and that entire procedure is the reason why I took at least 15 or at least 14 to 15 more years to take those other wisdom teeth out. And I did not go to the dentist. I did not let the dentist do it. The dentist told me like, "Oh, your wisdom teeth have to be removed. Go to the front desk and make an appointment." And I told her like, I'm not doing it without full-on sedation. You're not digging into my gums. You are not getting into my mouth with anything other than the hook and the little mirror that you're looking at, that you're using to look around. Because I'm so absolutely, and I told him this, like, I'm so absolutely fucking terrified. I have had such a bad experience. I'm already shaking in this chair when you're just checking my teeth. If I'm like, and I'm at this day and age, I have an anxiety disorder. I did not have, well, I probably had this in a lesser form when I was younger. I think maybe it was already quite bad, but I masked it. But I was very open about this to her. I told her like, I've had a very bad experience, and this was before I had a full-blown panic disorder where I have panic attacks. I probably had panic attacks when I was younger as well, but I didn't know they were panic attacks. So I told her like, I don't think I can do this procedure without me going into a full-blown panic attack and like basically running out of this room. And it took me a long time to find some place here that even does this, because here in the Netherlands they're so very much like against full anesthesia for dentistry, because of course every dentistry or not every dentistry, every sedation, any anesthesia comes with risks. So I had to pay for an extra conversation, like beforehand, like an introduction conversation with the surgeon that was gonna do this. I had to explain to them why I specifically wanted full body sedation to get two wisdom teeth out. And I had to sit there trembling, explaining my situation, explaining what had happened to me. And they were like, okay, yeah, no, we understand why you would want this. It was so crazy. I was like, I felt so weird. I had to explain. I literally had to make sure that they agreed that whatever happened to me was bad enough, so I did not have to go through that again. It was so fucking horrible. And I went to there after TwitchCon, not too long after TwitchCon, I think 1 or 2 weeks. So beginning of June I went there, and I kept it together. I kept it together, man. Up until I was at the front desk. And I told him like, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I have an appointment at this time to get my wisdom teeth removed. And then I started just bawling my eyes out. I was bawling my eyes out. And they were like, oh no, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just really fucking scared. And I know for full body sedation, you need like a catheter in your hand. And they told me like, you say you are afraid of needles, but you do understand that you have to get a needle in your hand, like, right? And I'm like, yes, and I'm very much afraid of that too. But I think that's more doable because I can do some breathing exercises when you do that, and then you can just put me to sleep, compared to me having a full-blown panic attack the entire procedure. You've never done surgery ever? Is that weird? Not necessarily. The only surgery that I've had so far, thankfully, has been my wisdom teeth removal. I've only broken... Well, I think I've broken 2 bones in my life. But I never went to the ER with the second thing, which I probably should have gone to.
With his sexy beast.
Bobo, welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for subscribing for 36 months! 3 fucking years, man. That's so long. That's almost my entire streaming career. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's not weird, the longer you go without needing surgery, the better. Honestly, yeah, because like I said, any form of anesthesia will come with risks. There's always a risk to anesthesia, even if they're small risks. Let's see, how do I want him to... I've broken 2 bones. One, I actually knew that it was broken and was taken to the hospital to like put it into like plaster. And I've only had my wisdom teeth removed. And hopefully, because I had some good news recently at the endometriosis clinic, when I had to get my checkup, hopefully I won't need surgery on my intestines. At least in the near future. I will probably still have to have it in the future, maybe, but it's actually good. That makes me happy. Was one of your first? You were, yeah. You and Rickro at least, and I think Animated Hero as well. Tav. Hi Sans, welcome to the stream. How you doing? No, the first time I broke a bone was my pinky. Because I'm hypermobile, my fingers move like everywhere, and like the tendons don't hold them back.
Instead of surgery on your guts, maybe they should be rearranged instead? Robot 02 smirk.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, he already did that with the transvaginal probe and it was uncomfortable. It was quite painful actually. But always go to your gynecologist, people. Uterine holders. I know it's scary and I know it can be painful, but it's important to get yourself checked. Please do it. Please. For the love of the universe. For the love of Ton 618, please do it. Because bowel endometriosis has the same symptoms as colon cancer. You don't want either, but you want to be early with them both. But with one of them, you fucking die. Can I go to your gynecologist instead? If you want to probe up your ass, sure. Oh, what's the subjects we've been talking about, guys? Damn. We've been talking about some shit today. Whew. We talk about injuries, for example, I had bone separation in the thumb of my right hand. Wait, bone separation. So it was not broken, but the bones were like popped out of their socket? Amazing topics, I must say. Some interesting topics, that's for sure. Some important subjects, some interesting ones, some funny ones.
I never hear about girl gynecologists.
Why are there only gynecologists? So... oh... I only realized the moment I read it again. You are one of the people that make some of the best dad jokes that I know. I sadly have to go to bed now though. Thank you for sharing as per usual and giving cozy vibes. Eat well everyone and have a great stream, Marley. Thank you, Pupa. Have a good night's rest. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll see you next time. Only one off. Clearly I am up. I need to up my game. I mean, we have some people now in chat that are in the community that are pretty good at it as well. You know, you hear some here and there on the internet. Unless it's late, he wins. He's got some good dad jokes. I'm afraid, Bobo, if you want to be the best in dad jokes, you're gonna have to become a dad. Let's see. Let's see. One. This is already part of it. Can I copy this? Will it work? Oh. This is what we have so far. It's a little stiff, so I need to work on some stuff. I know you're not available. Anyone want to help me with that? Oh, I'm actually quite tired. Damn. You would otherwise be first pick, Marty. You, Bobo, it means so much to me that you acknowledge that I am not available for it. That means much more to me than when people say, I want you to bear my children because you're so hot. That means so much more to me. It might be silly, but... Let's see, he has eyebrows, right? Yeah, I forgot about his eyebrows. Look at this smug motherfucker. You forgot he doesn't have eyebrows. Well, now he does, but... You know what? You know what? The way I'm animating him right now, he's got a little bit of Brad energy, doesn't he? I kind of like it. I did not intend for him to be much of a brat, but maybe. Oh fuck. Did I delete? I did delete something that I didn't have to delete. That I shouldn't have deleted. Let me quickly redo this. With him having eyes and his glasses to see if it still works. Wait, why is it not loading? Oh no, it's not loading. You know what we should do? We should save this. Because we have been working on this file for 2.5 hours. And I have not saved once. That's a very bad thing. Orion. Files. Enemies. Oh. Okay, does it now? It doesn't load anymore. Why does it not load? What's that? Oh, that's the thing that Late Night did. It only now popped into my Steam. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quickly, not too quickly, go to the toilet before I add the lab coat. I think I'm gonna like stream for another half hour or so. And then I'm gonna pop off because my throat is starting to actually get quite irritated. But I do want to sort of get the sketch done for this one. First, I need to go to the toilet. I need to do some business. I'll see you guys in a bit. For yourself as well. Go to the toilet, grab snacky, grab something to drink, make yourself comfortable, look at some porn, read a hentai, give yourself a kiss on the forehead. See you in a bit. I have to update the list. Wait, what? What happened? Oh yeah, the stream streak. Wait, you said you had a stream streak, right? Damn. Wait, no, you recently... Whoa. Recently had like 45, right? Am I behind on something? Oh. Hi Isa, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Oh, even burping feels weird with my throat now. Hello. Isopod. Saying hi and Isopod at the same time. I like that one. How you doing? Could just focused on work more than I want to have. That's fair, that's fair. Our sexy lizard man coming. He's coming along nicely. I just said, as I'm like drawing him, as I'm trying to animating him, doing a little bit of an evil laugh. The way I'm animating him specifically in this one, he kind of is getting a little bit of Brad energy, which I did not intend for him, but I'm not disliking it. And we're not going quickly, but we are still animating, so we are moving forward. Which I am proud of. Accidental bread is amazing. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. Maybe I'm making him a little bit one of those snobby, like a bit uptight, snobby, bready mixture. Breadcidental. That's the perfect title for a modern, revamped Bratz doll line. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit. And I'm gonna keep it really messy for today, because brain not braining today, but we gotta work on stuff. I kind of see why this might look very stiff. His ankle needs to move. Move, thy ankles, ma'am. Sir? Sorry. I usually draw ma'ams. Does he have two? He has two buttons there. Okay. Okay. Going pretty well, going pretty well. Blur. Oh no, what's going on? What happened? Are you also getting a cold? Writing Java constructors to represent a new form, nothing glamorous. Sounds pretty cool to me. I don't really know what it means, but it sounds really smart. See, does it make sense if... Because he has his hands on his codes, would it be pulled down? Oh, maybe. A little bit, because his torso moves slightly up. The fabric will be staying put, or even be pulled a little bit. Pull my fabric, daddy. Nobody heard that. Shut up. No, you did not hear that. Oh. Try to avoid ever being smart, but being smart is cool. I know a lot of people who work in tech say like, oh, being in IT is like, I don't know. A lot of people where I say it's like, oh, but it's so cool. You sound so smart. They're like, oh no, it's not cool, or it's not smart, or like, oh, it's not as difficult as it seems, or I don't know, something like that. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know, man. You say magic words, and I think it's cool. Because your brain, you're like, the way my brain, Java design patterns. The way my brain looks at it is like, I can imagine art, and you do the same, but then with like commands and stuff. And I don't know. And I think knowing how to work with that is cool. I can only imagine because I don't understand it. Like, fuck, I was the headpad, by the way. I'm so sorry. I did not use StreamerBot for this because there was supposedly an easier way. So I have not implemented anything else yet in StreamerBot, but I will in the future. It'll take me, it's just taking me a long time, but I'm slowly trying to implement fun stuff for the stream, for the chat to do. But like this one, I finally got it to work, and this is a headpad that follows me so it's stuck to the model. Yippee, yippee, yippee. But I had to follow a video tutorial for it, and even then I did something wrong and it wouldn't work. But I figured it out. I figured it out and I fixed it and it works. Yippee! I still gotta do the fixes for the other models because I had set everything up according to that video. And then when I streamed and tried to test it on this model, it wouldn't work. And I've only fixed it on this current model, so I need to keep in mind that I still fix it for the other models, but hey. Have you ever played like Oxygen Not Included? Yes! Or Factorio, where you make systems or automation. I play sometimes a bit of Oxygen Not Included, but I don't get very far with it. Maybe we should play it again in the near future. I have these like short bursts of like Oxygen Not Included, and then I make a base. I get so far that I get overwhelmed and don't know what to do, and then I just quit, and I imagine my colony being happy and healthy in space because I don't let them die. I like Oxygen Not Included. It's so cute. It's such a nice game. I like the little dudes. I haven't played it for quite a while. Actually, I don't think we've played it for a good 1.5, maybe 2 years. Doing code stuff 99% of the time feels mentally like, hey, you need to make a vent system that filters blah gas out and moves blah gas. It's just someone else's game instead of the one you want to play, and people get yelled at if you filter the wrong gas. Fair, fair. Should we play some Oxygen Not Included soon? I've been having this feeling of wanting to go back to the old games that I streamed in the beginning. So like Oxygen Not Included, Darkest Dungeon. I mean, we don't have to redo Doom. There was something else. Shit, what was it? Okay, I don't like this foot. You know what? Let's not worry too much about the foot. Get the lab coat to work. Wanna do an Oni collab? Would be nice to play on the same seed and see how it goes. Wait, is there multiplayer? In Oxygen Not Included? I don't know, I would probably accidentally ruin your... Or do you mean like side by side, play it in the same planet and just see how we have our differences and stuff? Each with our own world. We could do that. Wait, if the body doesn't necessarily further move up, then the bottom part of the lab coat doesn't move up that much up either. A little bit, maybe, because the hand would pinch and this would like slightly go out, but that's about it. Oh yeah, we could do that. Furbex wanted to do sort of the same thing with like a Sonic game where we just play side by side and see who goes where and stuff. That could be fun though. You would definitely make a very good optimized base. And mine would be very much focused on, I don't know, funny stuff. I'll be like, oh no, my toilets are not in the correct place. I need to move them because it's not aesthetically pleasing. I was a little logical. I'm not like shoving away all my, what's the word here? I was a little good at it. I was a little smart. It's more just hanging out when we play the same game. That's my problem. I can't do aesthetics at all. I mean, I try to do aesthetics, but then I end up fucking it up. And it's too much work to move it around, so I end up not doing aesthetics as well. We should figure out a time and a date maybe to play that. To do that, yeah. DM me your availability. Yeah. I will DM you. Hey, nee, niet doen. Hey, niet aan de toe krabben. Nee. Pammy. Stinky, kom hier. Je mag niet aan de stoel krabben, dat weet je. Boef. Je bent een boef, ja. Okay, let's see. How does this look? I think that looks okay. Does he have pockets? I don't remember. God damn it, he does have pockets. Fuck. Sir, you have pockets. Okay. Copy this, place that here. Copy this, place that here. Do the same. Over here. And then let's see how the animation looks like. Why does it still show some frames with those lines? I deleted those. They're not here. I'm pretty sure. Never mind. I'm sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. You are very smart. Let me quickly copy this frame and replace this one. save it. Thank you for the save, Swordman, and the 7 stream streak. Okay, let's see. Oh, I forgot the back part of the... Shit. Okay. I might have everything now. Maybe. It's not updating. Why is it not updating? Do I need to save? Is that it? Sometimes it's not updating the frames in that separate window. And I don't know why. I shall go sleep mode. Stream sleep well cutie pie and the cutie pies in chat. Thank you, Bobo. Thank you for subscribing again. And thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good night's rest. And I will probably pop off in a bit as well. My throat is really becoming quite sore. But I want to have this... I want to at least have the sketch of this animation done. But I want to see how it looks like in the full-on... Come on, please update! Maybe if I change something here that it'll slightly... It's still not updating. I don't know what you want from me. Why won't you update? Okay, I don't know why it's not updating. Fuck it. He didn't have a tail, right? He does not. Okay. Let's let the animation play for a bit. That is what we have so far. And I think this is where I'm keeping it for now. It's not been entirely updated. I did like fill in the other shoe and the pattern on his bodysuit. For some reason, sometimes Fire Alpaca refuses to update the frames in the animation window. I don't know why. It's It's a mystery to me that I am not gonna solve today because I'm tired. But I think we've done good. We have made an animation again. It's logical. It looks pretty decent. We are a step closer to getting the demo done. Let's see. Do I have another art stream tomorrow? What day is it tomorrow? Friday. I do not have another art stream tomorrow. I will have to see also how I feel like, because if my throat is like this, I'm not sure if I can do silly voices for off. So I'll have to see how I wake up tomorrow. But we're definitely either I'm gonna continue this off stream and I'm gonna like clean it up and color it, or like quote unquote clean it up, just like getting rid of some like loose little brush strokes here and there that just annoy me, and I might color it off stream, or we're gonna do it in the next art stream. Either way, for now, this is gonna be it for today for the art stream, and I forgot about his leggings. Oh my god. Next time. Next time. I'm gonna raid out here and send you guys. I'm gonna, yeah, send you guys over to somebody else, and we're gonna raid out. And I'm going to make some tea with honey and go to bed. I'll let this one run for a bit so you can look at it while I look somebody up we can raid. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of cool people in my recommended too. Guys, I found another moth girl. Oh my god, she's so cute. Moth, 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 moth. Okay, here is the raid message. If you want to come along. Let me copy it as well. And let's see. Let me look her up. Okay. I will be starting the countdown and say thank you all so much for coming to this art stream. I will be online again, hopefully tomorrow, if everything goes well with my throat and everything being sore, in the evening for the collab with Andy, where we're gonna play off again. We're gonna go for the other ending. If you weren't there last time, we chose one of two endings and we wanted to check out the other one. And we'll see if we have enough time to just look at cool animations after that as well. For now, grab a snacky, hydrate yourself, and keep in mind you are important and you are loved, no matter where you are on this godforsaken globe of dirt floating through space. I'm gonna lurk a bit in their stream after raiding in, because I'm gonna make myself some drink. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.